yeah, I never know what I'm gonna need for something like that. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to look at this here and see, I can just bend it over, and sometimes the top screw is loose. You can tighten that up and it feels tight. If you needed to get it tighter, you could use a crescent wrench or maybe even a little box wrench or a ratchet set or something. And I like to keep this bent, not just straight, but a little bit that way, so I can put a little spring on it when I go to push this back, okay? So I'm gonna look at this other side over here, and sure enough, wow, this one's slightly crooked. But it's so tight, I'm not gonna mess with that. Okay? So I'm gonna put a tilt on it a little bit. And I've got a little trick on here, but I've got to first get these little prongs in. And see, at the end of your blind, you've got a little nib there. Now, funny enough, if that's gone, you could put a screw in there and let the head of the screw stick out, let's say. But more times than not, you'll see that little nib. Okay, see it? Okay, that fits in there. And I may have to bend that out a little bit and poke it in like that. But see, it looks pretty good, but after a week or so, or more, that's probably going to come loose again from everybody opening and closing the door, opening and closing the door. Okay, so what is the trick that I'm going to try to do? Okay, here's the trick. Okay, let's get this adjusted. You see all the slop right here. Okay, see all that? How it slides around? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pliers, okay, and I'm going to pinch them. I'm going to put it right up there and right down at that tip, and I'm going to bend this to get it tighter together. Okay, it's kind of tricky to do, and I don't know if you're going to be able to really see what I'm doing per se here. Let's get you resituated maybe. Okay. Because I've got to grab just the bit. I got to get this blind out of my way like this, and grab that and bend it. Just like that. Oh yeah, I'm liking that. Maybe just a hair more. Let's see. Okay, you do too much, you might have a tendency to break that off, but that's nice and snug now. We'll get you back in there so you can kind of see how it's nice and snug as a bug. Oh, brother. You see how I took out all this slop in there by bending that up, okay? And that's going to help hold that, okay? So now I'm going to go over and I'm going to do the other side. Same way here. You can't really see this too well, you know, but you're just gonna have to hold your mouth just right as you do it. There. Because there's not much room. Get your pliers on there. Okay. There. There. Way better. Okay, I don't know how else you could do it other than, I guess, if you were really so inclined, you could take a very, very small nail, pin nail or something, and tap it right in there. And then that'll keep this from sliding off of that. You know what I mean? Pre-drill a hole or take a little brad and drive it in there with a nail set or something with a head on it. Kind of like a, oh, I don't know. Just a small little nail. And that would keep this from sliding off. But see, since I bent it, it's going to be hard for this to come off now at all. Okay? So you may not need anything there at all. Okay? So now I just fixed that blind on the door. It didn't really take me that long, did it? Let's close this, let's open and close the door just a few times so that you can see, you know, how snug it is. Yeah, watch it fall off. I don't think that's coming off anytime soon. Now, I used to just bend this over and not, you know, just bend the bracket and push it over at an angle and then have it flex back and have that be the only thing. But after a while, I kept getting the same service calls, and it kind of made me look silly. Like, okay, well, just keep calling me every 2 or 3 months, and I'll come back and charge you some more to fix your door again. Well, this way, once I fix it, it's going to be fixed for quite some time. Okay, hope you learned something. I'm looking at this door, and this door is designed, it opens up and then there's a couch right behind the door. So what they've done is they put some door stops on here, or hinge stops I call these. So you take the hinge pin out, and then this piece is loose, and then you put that on there, put the hinge pin through that, and that's how that holds on there. And then you can adjust it. You can unscrew this or screw it in, whatever you want to get the door to stop here, to stop here, to stop there, whatever you got to do. Well, that hinge stop looks fine, doesn't it? Okay, we're going to look at this one down here. And some doors I've seen only have one hinge stop. Maybe they only have it in the center hinge or the top hinge or the bottom hinge. But usually, you know, I like it if you got one at the top, stick one down here at the bottom too. And that's what they've done. But see, this one here is old, and the little stopper came off. And I had an old one, so I'm just gonna see what I can do about taking this off. And I don't have any replacements here, so I gotta hope that I can get this off without breaking it, or else I'm gonna have to go to the store. See there? See the nib that it fit on? But you can get these at the store, and they have different models that you can get. Look at that. Kaboom. Now I can open the door and adjust this. And what I could do first is look and see how far the threads are sticking out at the top and the bottom, and see what I have to do. And I don't have a hammer here, but just tapping the hinge pin in. Lots of times, I don't know, the hinge pin lots of times likes to ride up. So every once in a while you have to check that out to see what's going on there to keep that down. Okay? So you see the threads here on this adjustment are only sticking out about a quarter. I should make the top one about a quarter too, and I had about a ½ inch on that. Let's just see what happens here. Get all my stuff out of the way. And I'm just leaving the camera down on the tripod low, and we'll just see what happens here. See, I want it to open a little bit further, and so I'm gonna just loosen this. So I got more threads out here to have this open, because you loosen that and then that swivels that back a little bit further. Okay, that one was never really adjusted because the pin was out of it, you know, from before. So they had it shorter to allow for that, but then it's starting to dig a hole into the door. Silly people. Okay. I think I'm liking that. And I can do it. I mean, granted, it's not going to hurt too much because it's right up against the couch, per se. But it's just something you can check out. Okay, I'm liking that. Check it a couple times. Okay, there. Got it adjusted the same at the bottom as well as the top. And look at this. This is flopping all around. I guess I better fix that now too. Guess you're in luck. You're going to see that as well. I've got something on this window I want to show you. Let's see if I can get it up all the way, because I'm going to need it up all the way. Okay. See, this window is called Jealousy windows. They're window slats and they open. You see what I see? There's one missing right there. Hello. And I've got to figure out what to do with that.